Hello and welcome to Herbalist and Herbs. My name is Chrissakis. Today's video short, tonic herbs in the treatment of chronic diseases. I wanted to show how adaptogenic and tonic herbs fit into a protocol for the treatment of serious disorders. And many of them share similar properties, that is, many of the chronic diseases share similar properties. And a number of them are pretty straightforward. All of our chronic diseases and killers share at least two things in common. One is inflammation, and the other one is oxidative damage. Now, all adaptogenic herbs, which find themselves in the class of tonics, are all antioxidant. All adaptogenic herbs, which find themselves in the class of tonics, are also anti-inflammatory. Now, all pharmacopoeias have tonic herbs, and all of them fit into the protocol of treatment of chronic disease. But the ones that are at the highest level are adaptogenic herbs. And that is because they have the broadest, deepest reach into the body at correcting really strong constitutional disorders. Now, when you're dealing with chronic disorder or disease for long term, you've had a long-term stress on the body. And long-term stress produces somewhat predictable physiologic results, all of which are treatable with the use of tonic adaptogenic herbs. The reason is that adaptogenic herbs go in to these main controlling frames of the body, which is the central hormonal axis and the central nervous system with its daughter, the autonomic nervous system, and balance the responses between those two systems. Those two systems are responsible for taking all information from outside and inside the body, coordinating it into the proper responses of blood pressure, body temperature, blood sugars, and all the things that keep us alive. Under long-term stress, those things become disorientated and dysfunctional. The communication between the two systems becomes poor. The receptivity for neurotransmitters and hormones becomes lessened. They become dulled. Adaptogens and tonics sharpen all that area up. They also tend to tonify the organs and strengthen them. They have direct effect upon the heart, the lungs, the kidney, the brain, the liver, the pancreas. They enhance blood quality, which once again is a big problem in long-term disease. Many times people are anemic or blood deficient. Things like ashwagandha and lycium bark and lycium fruit are excellent for the treatment of that kind of thing. And again, when you get into deeper, more serious diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and cancer, tonics have a very firm place in the treatment of these disorders. They act as core therapies in the treatment, the long-term treatment, to normalize a person again. And that's because of once again, their far reach into the body. They communicate, they help communication, integration, and response in the immune system, as well as an integration and response between the central hormonal system and the central nervous system. And these things are critical in terms of developing correct adaptation to a stress, and then the return phase of recuperation and regeneration, which is extremely important. Tonic herbs are critical in reestablishing that in the body, which has been pretty much trashed by the disorder and long-term stresses of life, as well as poor diet and many of the other stresses that we can mention. Tonics play a key role in the treatment of chronic diseases, once again, because they do everything to enliven the body and strengthen it and get better response in it. If you want to know more about herbs in general and the treatment of chronic diseases in general with the use of herbs and natural substances, please go to my website, herbalistandherbs.com. Thank you.